Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parbrahma, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Bhur Bhavaswaha, Tat Savitra Varenayam, Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat, Asto Ma Sadgamya, Tamso Ma Jyotirgamya, Mrityurma Amritam Gamya. ओम सहनावतु सहना भनक्तु सवीर्यं कर्वावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ओम शांति 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 We all know the difference between Brahm and Brahma. So today we're going to talk about Brahm. Brahm is the ultimate truth, within and without. Whatever exists is Brahma. And whatever does not exist in the manifest world is also Brahma. Whatever is seen and whatever is known is Brahma. Brahma is all-pervading and self-illumined consciousness. Rishis, they say in the Vedas that there's only one reality, and that is Brahma. Nothing exists separate from Brahma. If one perceives something as different from the real or Brahma, it is due to ignorance. But this does not mean that ignorance exists separately from Brahma. And in the cosmic sense, this ignorance is known as Maya. Or you can call it a cosmic illusion. That's what Maya is. Another fact you got to remember, Brahm and Atma are identical. Exactly as the forest and the trees are identical. We cannot prove the existence of a forest by analyzing the different kinds of trees and plants. But all the trees, plants, bushes together is still a forest. The same way, there are numerous individual souls. In Sanskrit, it's called Vyasti. Individual souls, Vyasti. But this does not alter the fact that when we put them all together, which is called Samasti, is Brahma. So the concept of names and forms does not belong to Brahma, because Brahma is the all-pervading, infinite, absolute reality. And on the other hand, names and forms, they denote finite things. And finite things, we know they are limited by time, space, and causation. So in other words, all things that have names and forms are transitory. But this Brahm, absolute Brahm, is permanent existence. It really swallows up all the names and forms of the transitory plane. It's almost like it engulfs it, just like an ocean engulfs all the waves and the bubbles. All things with the names and forms can be destroyed by death, but Brahm is the state of reality that destroys even the concept of death. So you can say Brahm is the very source of existence from which springs the entire universe, qualified by names and forms. So the real nature of Brahm in worldly objects is hidden from the ignorant. But those who see things as they really are, as reflections of Brahm, live in Brahm consciousness, which is called a Brahmakar Vritti. The absolute Brahma is like the self-effulgent sun. And what radiates from the sun? The rays of light. And what radiates from Brahma is the light of knowledge, bliss, consciousness. Because of that radiation of light from Brahma, all the names and the forms of the world are perceptible to the senses. But at the same time, Brahm is unaffected, unchanged, absolute. The entire universe emanates from Brahm, exists in Brahma, and the time of the dissolution returns into Brahm. That's what the Vedas say. So nothing exists separately from Brahm. Brahm is the only existence. All other realities exist because of Brahm, like a concept of duality, or the relationship between the manifold universe and the singular Brahma. That is a projection of the cosmic illusion, Maya. We all know when the sun is concealed by clouds, a learned person knows that in actuality the sun is not covered or destroyed by clouds, but the clouds merely obstruct the sun from our sight. Sun is never really affected or disturbed by clouds. So in a comparable way, the absolute self remains in its perfect effulgence, perfect glory in the innermost chamber of the heart. So remember, in reality, nothing exists except Brahm, and Brahm is ever free. And our real nature is nothing other than Brahm. That's why that Mahavakya, Aham Brahmasmi, Tatattvamasi, where did those Vakyas coming from? From this truth. Since the Maya conceals it, what is Maya? What is this universe? If we think that Brahm is the only thing, what is this universe? If there's only one single reality called Brahm, then why do human beings perceive diverse worldly phenomena and behave differently too? Vedas explain or answer all these questions with the help of the concept of Maya, which we see all over the Upanishads. The Upanishads state that the face of truth is veiled with the golden disk of Maya. which must be removed if we want to realize the ultimate truth. Even the concepts of time and space that veil the face of truth are evolutes of Maya. Because beyond Maya, there's no time or space. And there's no universal cause because only Brahm, the absolute reality, remains. According to the Upanishads, Brahm is the only reality. World is ultimately false. Entire universe is the projection of Maya. And this Maya veils the truth. And we all, at individual level, misconstrue both the world and ourselves also. In the Vedas, in the Upanishads, there are different names for Maya. Avidya is one of them. Agyan, Adhyas, Adhyarop, Anirvachaniya, Vivrat, Bhranti, Avyakt, Brahma, Mool Prakriti, Naam Roop, Bij Shakti. So several different synonyms are used for Maya. You don't have to memorize all of them, but just remember that Maya has many, many names. Today, I'm going to give you some characteristics to clarify what Maya is. Because we are veiled with the Maya, so we got to know what we are veiled with so that we can remove it and we can experience Brahma, which is everywhere. So through these characteristics, you can see the description of Maya. Number one, like Prakriti, Maya is unconscious and is opposed to the conscious principle Brahma. It is neither real nor independent. Number two, Maya is an inherent power of Brahma. Through which Brahma veils itself. You can say that it's inseparable and undifferentiated from Brahma. So Maya is neither identical with Brahma, nor different from Brahma, nor both. You might find it very contradictory, but think deeply through it. Number three, Maya is beginningless. See, just like Brahm is beginningless, Maya is beginningless. Number four, Maya is both positive and negative, though it's not real. It is positive because it projects the world of polarity. It's negative because it conceals the real, the non-dual nature of Brahma, that is perfect knowledge and bliss. These two aspects of Maya are known as Avarna Shakti, the power of concealment, and the Vikshep Shakti, the power of projection. In other words, through its aspect of concealment, Maya hides the purity and originality of Brahm and Atma. And through the power of projection, it produces the world qualified by names and forms. So that's why it can be said that Maya is to be non-comprehension as well as miscomprehension. Just projects differently. Another characteristic of Maya. Maya is indescribable. It's neither real nor unreal, nor both real and unreal. It's not real because it doesn't have any independent existence apart from Brahm. It is not unreal because it is the actual power by which Brahm manifests itself as this universe. And it is also not both real and unreal because the conception of the real and unreal in the context of one thing at one time is self-contradictory. Because from the standpoint of the world, Maya is comprehended as real. We live in this world. Maya seems very real to us. But when we look at from the standpoint of the absolute reality, it is unreal. Because the real thing will remain the same in the past, present, and future, and Maya does not. So that's why it's said that it's neither real nor unreal, nor both real and unreal. And that's why it's said that it's so complex. And it's indescribable. Another characteristics of Maya, it's relative. The absolute Brahm appears in many forms, and its powers of becoming finite is called Maya. Faulty cognition or mistaking one thing for something else is a form of Maya. That's what it's called Bhranti. We are familiar with the example of seeing a snake in a rope or silver in a shell. That's called Bhranti. Another characteristic of Maya is it's removable. How? By right knowledge or by proper understanding. Because Maya is called misunderstanding also, that it can be removed. Because confusing a rope for a snake is rectified through a correct apprehension of the rope. It's a twilight, you turn the light on, you know it's not a snake, it's a rope. The same way, the correct knowledge reveals the truth. Another characteristic of Maya, substratum of Maya is Brahma. Yet Brahma is untouched by it. So Maya is the power of the absolute Brahma. It has no independent existence, but rests in Brahma. So from the practical point of view, it is not a totally illusion. There are certainly some differences between hallucination, illusion, dreams, and experiences of the waking state. We see the differences there. So compared to the experiences of dreams, the experiences of waking state are more real. But from the absolute point of view, hallucinations, illusions, dreams, and experience of waking state are all equally unreal. So with this list of characteristics, you can think it through and try to understand Maya. So in summary, I would say that Maya is tangibly existent, but it cannot be described either as a being or as non-being. So the existence of the universe cannot be called unreal. Because we live in this world, we cannot call it unreal. Maya's power of concealment hides the absolute state of Brahm. How? Just like sleep obscures knowledge of the waking state. When we are deeply sleeping, we are not in touch with the wakeful state. The same thing happens here. So by the power of projection of Maya, the entire universe is created, exactly as the objects of dreams are created in the dreaming state. So Maya's powers to conceal and project, it functions simultaneously actually. So the state in which Brahm is consciously associated with Maya to create the universe, that is called Ishwar. That is another term we often use. Let me repeat it. The state in which Brahm is consciously associated with Maya to create the universe is called Ishwar or God. So in other words, God is using the Maya to create. That's why Ishwar is called Maya Pati, Maya Adhyaksha. But we individuals are Maya Adheen. So Ishwar uses Maya because Ishwar knows that this is the power of Brahm to create or to sustain or to even ultimately dissolve. This combined state of Maya and Brahm appears as creator, which is we call Brahma, preserver, which is Vishnu, and destroyer of the universe, which is called Mahesh or Shiv. So in the same manner, Atma appears as a Jiva. See, I told you earlier that Atma is no different than Brahma. But at the individual level, it appears as a Jiva, or the individual self, we call it. So from the cosmic point of view, Maya is one, but from the individual point of view, it is many. So Maya can be studied in two different ways, cosmically and individually. Brahm associated with cosmic Maya is called Ishwar, or we use the word Sagun Brahma or God. Sagun, that means with qualities. And what are these qualities? Qualities of the nature. And the individual self associated with Maya. And over here, at the individual level, Maya is what? Avidya or ignorance. It's called Jivatma. So both the cosmic and individual levels of Maya hide the true nature of a Brahm and the self. So the limitation produced Maya is called upadhi. That's another term you are familiar with. And always remember that limitation of a Brahma and the self is unreal actually. It seems real to us, but it's unreal. So the limitation produced by Maya is called upadhi. And the loose translation of upadhi means conditioning. But false conditions cannot make a difference to the reality. So reality doesn't change. Atma does not change. Brahm does not change with these upadhis. Just as a mirage of water cannot convert a sandy desert into lake. It's a mirage. Ultimately, all projections of Maya are unreal, being illusory in nature. So remember, the entire universe is expanded from Brahm with the help of Maya. Just as a magical illusion is projected by the magician. In actuality, the absolute is not touched by it at all. Just as a magician is not tricked by the illusion of his own magic. He knows what I'm doing. Magician knows that body is not being cut into 3 pieces. It's just an illusion. Or fire is not coming out of the mouth. So Brahm associated with Maya is the material cause of the universe. That's another way you can understand it. And the Brahm unassociated with Maya is the efficient cause of the universe. So these causal relationships between Brahm and the universe are analogous to those between a spider and its web. When the spider wants to weave its web, what does it utilize? Its own inherent potential to produce the filament. Just comes from the body, from the mouth of the spider. Does not use anything from outside. So the spider, being a conscious creature, a living creature, is the efficient cause of the web. Because the filament is an inseparable, or you can say the intrinsic property of the spider. The spider itself is also the material cause of the web. The same way the Brahm is. So Maya is Brahm's Maya. It's his energy, material cause of the universe, and the efficient cause of the universe. So you can see from here, all this information is from the Upanishads. So laid down in all those different Upanishads. Terminology is from there too. And this is the basic philosophy of the Vedas and the Sanatana Dharma. So one Brahma, one power, undifferentiated, everywhere, all the time, and no change in it by definition. Changes we see, changes we perceive only because of the Maya. So in this outer world, Maya. At the individual level, the same Maya is called avidya, agyan, ignorance. So we need the light outside to see the things clearly. But there's a light within also. We got to just learn to remove this agyan, this ignorance, so that we can see that Brahm, that is the reality. That is me. The same Brahma, everybody. So when we recite those Mahavakyas, it's not just for the recitation. Ultimately, we have to experience it. And once we experience that, then definitely it shows in our personality. And our personality is what? Our actions, our thoughts, our words. So it should translate into that. And that's where the peacefulness comes. That's where the light, which who we are, really shines. So today's talk was basically to clear these two terms, Brahm and Maya, because we use these terms again and again, no matter which scripture we study. So this basic terminology should be clear to us. That was the purpose of today's talk. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaye Purnameva Vishishyate Om Shanti 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 Om. Thank you very much.